Tomorrow is for the strong, for the ruthless. Tomorrow is for the ones who burn today, who sacrifice everything to be remembered, to leave a mark that can never be erased. But you sit here, lost in your own misery, while the fire in your soul dies a little more each day. Burn or be forgotten. It's that simple. You want pity? You want someone to hold your hand and tell you it's going to be all right? Keep dreaming. That's not how this works. You either set the world on fire with your will, your rage, your drive, or you vanish, swallowed by the mediocrity you've embraced. And no one will remember you. No one will care. You think you're better than this? Prove it. Stop talking about what you want and take it. Rip it from the jaws of everyone who said you couldn't, who doubted you, who laughed at your struggle. Don't you dare walk away from the fight. Don't you dare give in. You have one life, and it's slipping away with every excuse you make, every second you waste feeling sorry for yourself. You've been weak for too long. It's time to wake up. Burn or be forgotten. Burn until the world knows your name, feels your presence, and trembles at your power. Burn until you've scorched every lie, every doubt, every weakness from your soul. Burn until you become something more, something unstoppable, something no one can ever forget. Because if you don't light that fire, you'll fade away. Just another name on a long list of the forgotten. The failures. The ones who never had the guts to take what they wanted. Do you hear me? This is it. This is your last chance. You either rise now, or you sink forever. You either become a force of destruction, tearing down everything in your path until there's nothing left but your legacy, or you vanish, forgotten, gone, forever. Burn or be forgotten. And if you can't, then you deserve nothing. I can see it in your eyes. You think you've tried hard enough, don't you? You think the world owes you something because you gave it your best shot? Don't make me laugh. Your best thoughts means nothing if you're still standing here, whining, instead of standing on top of the world. You think you've suffered enough to deserve success? News flash. Suffering doesn't entitle you to anything. Pain is the currency of existence, and the only ones who survive are the ones who make their pain count. What do you have to show for your struggle? Failure. That's what. Instead of clawing your way back up, instead of crawling on your hands and knees, through the mud, the blood, the agony to rise again. You want to sit here and wallow in your shame. You want to quit. Go ahead. Quit. Give up. Walk away. But don't you dare expect anyone to feel sorry for you. Don't you dare expect anyone to remember you. Let me tell you something. The world is full of people like you. Weak, hopeless, waiting for something to change, waiting for some miracle to save them. Guess what? That miracle isn't coming. You want to change your life? You fight. You bleed. You sacrifice. You give up everything for one chance. One shot at greatness. But you're sitting here thinking the universe is going to hand it to you? No. You want it. You take it. You rip it from the cold, dead hands of those who didn't want it bad enough. You're not special. No one is. And that's the point. You've got to make yourself something more than human, something more than flesh and blood. You've got to become fire. An unstoppable force that consumes everything in its path. You've got to burn so bright, so intensely, that the world has no choice but to notice you. That's how you become unforgettable. But you're scared. Scared of what it takes. Scared of what you'll have to lose. Scared of who you'll have to become. Let me tell you something. The person you are right now, weak, pathetic, a shadow of what you could be. If you want to rise, if you want to leave a mark on this world, you'll have to kill that version of yourself. You'll have to burn it to the ground and rebuild yourself from the ashes. Because here's the truth. You don't become great by playing it safe. You don't become remembered by walking the same path as everyone else. No one's going to remember the person who stayed comfortable, who avoided risk, who lived their life in the shadows. No. They'll remember the ones who dared to burn. The ones who were willing to risk it all, even if it meant losing everything in the process. Those are the people who become legends. So what's it going to be? Will you be one of the many who fade into oblivion, forgotten by time, lost in the endless sea of mediocrity? Or will you be one of the few who stand up, who face the fire, who burn brighter than anyone ever thought possible? Will you be the one who proves them all wrong? The one who stands when everyone else falls? Burn or be forgotten. Burn so hot that the fear inside you melts away. Burn until the doubt, the pain, the hesitation is nothing but smoke in the wind. Burn until there's nothing left but a raw, unstoppable force of your will. Because if you don't, you will be forgotten. die. A nobody. Just like all the others, too afraid to take what they deserved. This is the final truth, and it's as cold as the grave. You either burn with everything you have, or you vanish. And if you vanish, no one will even notice. You think you've seen pain. You think you've suffered. You haven't even scratched the surface of what it takes to make it in this world. Real pain isn't just physical. It's waking up every day, knowing that you're still nothing. That every second you waste is another nail in the coffin of your dreams. And every time you hesitate, every time you second guess yourself, the world moves on without you. The clock is ticking and your time is running out. Faster than you think. Faster than you can imagine. And still, here you are, begging for someone to care, begging for the world to throw you a lifeline. The world doesn't care. It never did. You want help? Look in the mirror. No one's coming to save you. You are alone in this fight. Everyone else, they're either trying to bury you, or they've already forgotten you even exist. You're not a priority to anyone but yourself. So stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for validation. Start fighting for what's yours. Because the more you wait, the further away it gets. You think your excuses matter? I'm tired. I'm scared. I don't know how. Pathetic. Do you think the greats let fear stop them? Do you think the ones who conquered, who rose from the ashes, waited until they felt ready? They didn't care about fear. They didn't care about doubt. They didn't wait for the stars to align. They stepped into the fire without a second thought, because they knew it was either burn or fade away. They knew the pain of trying and failing was nothing compared to the agony of being forgotten. Every day you sit there, paralyzed by fear. Someone else is out there, taking what should have been yours. They're grinding harder, sacrificing more, pushing themselves beyond the breaking point while you stay comfortable in your excuses. And the worst part, they will succeed. They will rise. And you'll be left wondering why it wasn't you. It's because you didn't have the guts. You didn't have the fire. You didn't burn for it. There is no middle ground. Either you rise or you fall. Either you take what's yours or someone else does. Either you burn or you disappear. So make a choice, right here, right now. Will you let the fire consume you, burn you down to ashes, until all that's left is your legacy? Or will you shrink, wither, and let the world move on without you, forgotten in the shadows of those who dared to take everything?